Hey everyone, I'm Danny and welcome to Muggle Magic. There are certain things that's strange that I haven't done yet. This is one of them. Today we're making the Bertie Bot's Every Flavor Beans box, and it's going to be as close to a replica from the movie version as I can get. Now there are some online that are pretty good quality you can find, but the bottom of the box is completely flat, which is what they sell in the wizarding world of Harry Potter. It's just a flat bottom of the box. But if you watch the movie, it actually has little, I guess you would call them legs on each of the corners of the bottom of the box. So I wanted to recreate that, and that's what I did in this video. Also, the inside of the box is a silver color. I think it's gold in the movie, but I wanted to make mine silver because my chocolate frog box has a gold interior. So I wanted this to be just a little bit different, so it might stray a little bit, but you can always make yours gold if you don't want a silver one. Anyways, go ahead and check out the description box below for a link to the free downloadable templates, as well as all of the supplies that I used to make this DIY, and let's get started. The first thing you want to do, of course, is download and print the template that I've created. And this is just a modified template from ones that I found online. I also cleaned up the artwork a lot, so it's not going to be blurry. It's going to be very crisp and look very nice. The part that I modified was right here in the corners. You can see it comes down. That is the legs that I was talking about in the intro. And you want to print this on a heavy cardstock with one side either silver or gold. I did print this on my laser printer, which is linked in the description box below if you're interested in knowing what type of printer I use. You can print this version, or I also have another version where this lighter tannish color kind of extends outside of the template, and that one is supposed to be used for a Cricut cutter, which you just put it in your Cricut and the Cricut cuts it out for you. I have a Cricut template included as well to help you get this cut out. That's the easiest way to go, but I'm going to show you how to cut it out if you don't have a Cricut or a die cutter of some kind. And we're going to do that with a combination of a ruler and X-Acto knife and scissors. And we're doing the ruler and X-Acto knife so that we get nice, even, straight cuts. Before you start this, since this is a thicker paper and you're going to have to be pushing down kind of hard, you want to make sure that you have a new blade in your X-Acto knife. Because if you use an old blade that might have the top or the tip kind of like chipped a little bit, your cuts are going to look kind of bad. So now I've just cut right along the longer edges here, and then I'm going to use the ruler and X-Acto knife to cut these straight edges on the top as well. There, so that was very easy to cut. It's important that the top of this box is nice and straight. That's why I used a ruler and X-Acto knife for that. But the bottom part here is not as important that it's perfect, because we're just going to be sort of folding it up and no one's ever really going to see it anyways. But try to do the best you can with scissors. And the reason, I mean, you could use a ruler and X-Acto knife for this part as well. The reason that I'm saying you might want to use scissors is because it's going to be a lot faster and it's going to give you less of a headache, because cutting all these little lines with an X-Acto knife, it is a bit of a headache. I have done it before. Okay, so now the whole box template is cut out. Remember that these little legs, they have to kind of stand the box up. So you want to make cuts right here just around the outside of the triangular looking legs. To give you an idea of what I mean, we're going to cut this first leg in right up to the bottom of the box, right there. And then this next one, we're going to cut right here, right up to the bottom of the box, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. Right up to the bottom of the box, just like that. So do that with all of these different leg shapes. If you used a Cricut, you're probably going to have to do that part too as well by hand, just with scissors, but it's not much. And if you used a Cricut, you will also have score marks on here. So you won't have to worry about where to fold because it'll be pretty obvious. But if you're not using a Cricut, I can show you where to fold right now. So the best way to get nice creases in this is to use a scoring tool. This is the Cricut scoring tool, which is what I'm going to use. You don't have to have a Cricut to use this. You can use a ruler, you can line it up, and you can use this tool to actually score the box. You could use like a very dull pen or something that that's lost its ink, or something, you know, any dull object you can use for this scoring. But yeah, as you can see, I've just made a score mark right there, and now I should be able to fold this pretty easily. And then we're going to want to put a score mark on the bottom part of the template as well. But you don't want it on the triangular parts that are the legs or the feet of the box. You just want it across right here where the bottom of the box is. We want one score mark that goes all the way across the top of the box. So it's going to go all the way from this side all the way to this side. We'll go over it a couple of times. And then we want score marks in between each one of these sections. And these should go all the way down. And you don't want the ruler like right where you want the line. You want it just a little bit off, because if you're using this tool anyways, because it's a little bit wider than your X-Acto knife, obviously. So you need to give it a little bit of room, but not by much, just by like a 1/16 of an inch maybe. Okay, so there, now I've scored this everywhere I need to, and then I can make those, I can fold it easily because I've done the scoring already, so I don't have to worry about it being difficult to fold. So this whole thing, we're gonna fold all the bottom parts in, just like that, the top parts over, and then the sides will actually fold as well. So we're gonna fold the side over, and we'll just keep doing that over and over until we've got all the sides folded. The only thing we have left to do now is cut out the windows. And you could do this beforehand. I just find it easier to fold it if you can get your hands on these parts. So to cut these out, I am going to use my X-Acto knife to put cuts in the center of each one of these windows. And then that is going to allow me to get my scissors in there. And then I'm going to cut the windows out. And now, again, this is another reason why it's so much easier if you use a Cricut or a die cutter, because you won't have to do this part. There, now as you can see, that window is cut out, and you just want to do that with the other 3 windows. All right, I have all 4 windows cut out of this. So the next thing I want to do is put plastic in these windows. And the way I'm going to do that is with a Ziploc bag. I'm just going to cut out a few squares that are big enough to fit in those windows, and then I'm going to use some double-sided tape to get them to stick in there. So I want to cut the squares out just a little bit bigger than what they actually need to be, so that there's room for that double-sided tape on the inside. So on the inside, this one would go right here. So I'll just use double-sided tape. So there we go. Now we have all of our double-sided tape on the plastic itself. And you don't want any wrinkles, so you just want to kind of spread it out and make sure that it's all in there. But yeah, once you're done, you should have a plastic window like this. So you just want to repeat that process for the other 3 windows. Now I have all of the windows finished, so they should all be filled in with plastic, and you don't have to use the same materials that I did. I just used what I had around and what I thought would be easiest. So the next thing we want to do is fold this into the actual box shape. But before we do that, you want to take this little tab right here on the side, and we're going to put a strip of double-sided tape on that, or you could use whatever kind of glue you want, really. I'm just using permanent double-sided tape because it's easiest and you don't have to wait for it to dry. Now we can actually put this together. So this is how you want to do it. First, this piece that is kind of shaped like a U in a way, you're going to fold up, and then these two side pieces kind of fold on top of that or below. And then this piece with the longer flap is going to tuck in to the bottom like this. And this is what it should look like after you've folded it all properly. And then the next thing we want to do is just tuck that part that we put tape or glue on inside the box, and then pinch it to the side so that it sticks. And so now you should have the box looking like this. And as you can see, it has the 4 legs on the bottom to stand it up. We want to fill this with Bertie Bott's Every Flavor beans, of course. So this is the official Harry Potter flavored beans. You could also use Bean Boozled, which I kind of recommend because they actually have some flavors. It's a 50-50 chance you're actually going to get something that tastes decent. Whereas with these Bertie Bott's beans, it's all just horrible. Again, I'm going to use a Ziploc bag for this. We just want a small bag that's gonna fit in this. So I'm gonna use a larger one and turn it into a smaller bag. So I'm just gonna cut off maybe a third or a little more than a third, a little less than half of this bag off the bottom of the Ziploc bag. And then I'm going to use a lighter to sort of melt this side closed. You don't want it to catch fire. You just wanna sort of take some flame and sort of touch it to the plastic, and then you can just sort of pinch it with your fingers really quickly and easily to make sure that the plastic is basically melted together. And that way, yeah, you can just make a smaller bag out of a larger bag. There, so now this bag is pretty much lightly sealed on that edge. And now I'm just going to cut the top off. Now I can pour the jelly beans into the bag. So now we have a bag of jelly beans, and you can twist this up and put like a twist tie on it or a ribbon or something, or you can do what I'm gonna do, and I'm just going to tie it closed. Just like that, pretty simple, nothing too fancy. And then we can put these jelly beans inside the box, and that's it. There is our Bertie Bott's Every Flavor beans. Also, if you want to make sure that this top stays closed, you can put a little hole punch on each one of them and then use a ribbon or a string to tie it closed. I'm actually leaving that up to the 30K mystery box winner who is getting this box itself. I don't want to put holes in the artwork if they don't want the holes there. And the box is probably going to stay open anyways. Like, they probably aren't going to want the closed box, but hey, maybe they will. Another option would be to put just a little bit of tape on the sides to hold it closed. But yeah, other than that, this is it. Also in the description box below, you're gonna find a link to my 40K giveaway. So this is for a Muggle Magic mystery box, and this is gonna contain 7 items. 5 of them are gonna be things that I made on my channel up to this point, and 2 of them are going to be items that have never been seen on my channel before, mystery items that I haven't even released yet, and I'm not going to reveal what they are until after the box is won and received. So yeah, just check out the description box. Lots of cool links and things down there for you. Remember, I get a lot of ideas for these DIYs that I do from your comments. So if you have an idea for something that you want to see me do in the future, definitely leave a comment below and let me know. If you're interested in seeing more DIY videos having to do with Harry Potter and more, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.